students, welcome back in the history class of 6th standard. Today we are going to continue with the lesson number 6 of history, the Vedic civilization. Students, till now we had discussed the first feature of the early Vedic period, that is political organization. So students, before we proceed further, I would like to take feedback of the previous topic through some questions. The first question is, who was the protector of the Jan in the Rigvedic period? Number second, discuss in brief about Sabha and Samiti. Number third, write about the ministers of the king in the Rigvedic period. Now, have a look on the important terms related to the today's video. First term is Swayamvar, a form of marriage where the girl is given the freedom to marry a man of her choice. Number second, monogamy, having one wife at a time. Third term is polygamy, having more than one wife at a time. Next term is polyandry, having more than one husband at a time. And the last term is sati, a custom in which the widow burnt herself in the funeral pyre of her husband. Now let's read the social organization of the early Vedic period. Society. In the Rigvedic times, Varna or color of an individual played an important part in determining his social status. From the very beginning, the Vedic society was divided between the fair-skinned Aryans and the dark-skinned non-Aryans, called the Das, Dasyu or Asurs. So students, Varna means color. Determine means decide. In the Rigvedic age, color of an individual played an important role. The Vedic society was divided between the fair-skinned Aryans, fair skin means white color, and the dark-skinned non-Aryans. Dark skin means black color. The dark-skinned people were considered as the non-Aryans. They were called as the Das, Dasyu or Asurs. Let's read further. The Das or Dasyu could not worship the Vedic gods or perform religious rites and sacrifices. The Das or slaves were not allowed to worship the Vedic gods, and they also could not perform any religious services. The society was further divided on the basis of occupation. Brahmins, who looked after religious and spiritual matters, studied Shastras, and performed sacrifices. Spiritual means related to human spirit. The Brahmins were the highly respected members of the society who had to perform religious activities and looked after the spiritual matters. The Brahmins could study the religious books and performed sacrifices during any religious activity. Next is Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas were brave and skillful warriors who fought wars. Skillful means expert, warriors means fighters. So the fighter class was known as the Kshatriyas, who were expert in wars. Next is Vaishyas, who worked as cultivators, craftsmen, merchants and traders. So students, cultivators means farmers, craftsmen means artisans, merchants means a person supplying goods, and traders means a person who buys and sells goods. So students, the farmers, the craftsmen, merchants and traders came under this class. Next is Shudras, who worked as slaves and served the above three groups. So students, the black-skinned non-Aryans fell under this class, who were known as Das or slaves. They served under the other three groups. So students, these were the four castes divided on the basis of occupation in the early Vedic age. Now let's read Do You Know box. The Aryans expanded into the Ganges Valley in 1000 BC. So students, you already read about it that the Aryans came and settled around the Ganga and Yamuna plains during the later Vedic age in 1000 BC. Let's read further. Though based on occupation, yet this division of society was not very rigid. People could marry in other castes and change their occupations according to their needs. Rigid means hard. So, students, although this division of society was clearly based on occupation, but this division was not very hard. People had the right to marry with the people of other castes. Let's read Do You Know box. The Purush Sukt of the Rig Veda states that the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras have originated respectively from the mouth, arms, thighs, and feet of the Creator. Students, here the word Creator dedicated to Lord Brahma. Purush Sukt is a mantra of Rig Veda which states that the Brahmins have originated from the mouth of the Brahma. The Kshatriyas have originated from the arms of the Brahma. The Vaishyas have originated from the thighs of the Brahma. And the Shudras have originated from the feet of the Lord Brahma. Now let's read the next point, that is family. The Kul or the family was the lowest unit of social organization. The father was generally the head of a family. He was called the Kulap or Grahpati. People lived in joint families. The Grahpati performed all the religious ceremonies with his wife on behalf of the family. Students, you have read earlier that the family was also known as the Kul, which was the lowest unit of social organization. The father was the head of the family, who was known as Kulap or Grahpati. People lived in joint families. Joint family consists of 3 or more generations living together in a same house. The head of the family, known as the Grahpati, performed all the religious activities along with his wife. Next point is women. In the Rigvedic times, women were highly respected both inside and outside the home. They participated in all the religious ceremonies with their husbands. They also attended the meetings of the Samiti. The status of the women was very high in the Rigvedic age. Women performed all the religious activities along with their husbands. They could also attend the meetings of the Samiti. Girls were educated and were not married at a tender age. The Rigved mentions the names of learned women like Ghosh, Apala, and Vishwavara, who attained the ranks of rishis and even composed hymns. The Swayamvar system prevailed where the girl was given the freedom to marry a man of her choice. Students, tender age means childhood. So the girls were educated and the early Aryans did not prefer to marry their girls at tender age. Rigved mentioned the names of the women who acquired a lot of knowledge like Ghosh, Apala and Vishwavara, who achieved the ranks of rishis and even write their own hymns. Swayamvar means a form of marriage where the girl is given the freedom to marry a man of her choice. In the early Vedic age, women could choose her husband. This was known as Swayamvar. A man generally had only one wife, that is, monogamy was prevalent. Polygamy or having more than one wife was limited to kings and nobles. Polyandry, sati, and pardha systems were not known to the Rigvedic people. So, students, monogamy was prevalent in the early Vedic age, means a man having only one wife. Polygamy means having more than one wife. It was limited to the kings and the people of the royal family. Sati means in which the widow burnt herself in the funeral pyre of her husband, was also not prevailed in the early Vedic age, and the Parda system was also not a feature of the early Vedic age. So, students, the status of the women was highly respected in the early Vedic period. Let's read the next point, that is food. The Aryans ate wheat, barley, vegetables, fruits, and meat. Milk and its products were also consumed. They obtained drinking water from rivers, springs, and artificial wells. They also drank som during sacrifices and sur on ordinary occasions. So, the Aryans ate wheat, means gehu, barley means jwar, different kind of vegetables and fruits, and also consumed meat and milk. They drank water from rivers and wells. They also drank somras during religious ceremonies and sur on the regular basis. Next point is dress and ornaments. The garment of the Rigvedic people had three parts, namely an undergarment called nivi, a garment called paridhan, and an overgarment called adivas. Cotton, wool, and skin of deer were used to make clothes. Garments often had gold embroidery on them. Men also tied turbans and carried a small cloth over their shoulders. So, students, look at the costumes. The Aryans wore dresses made from cotton, wool, and skin of the deer. The garments consisted of three parts, an undergarment called nivi, a garment called paridhan, and an overgarment called adivas. Some garments were embroidered with gold. Men used to carry a small cloth over their shoulder and also used to tie turbans. Combs were used for setting hair. Women formed their hair into plaits. Men used to fold their hair on the top of their head. Both men and women wore jewelry made of gold and silver. Necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and anklets were common. They also made floral ornaments. So, students, both men and women liked to wear jewelry like necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and anklets. Now let's read the point entertainment. The Aryans indulged in gambling, dancing, hunting, and chariot racing for recreation. They also played the lute, flute, and drum. They were fond of music. Gamble means bet, recreation means relaxation. So, for their relaxation, they enjoyed the pleasure of gambling, dancing, hunting, and chariot racing. They also liked music and played the musical instruments like lute, flute, and drum. So, students, today's class is over. I hope the topic is clear to you. Your homework is see this check your progress box given at the page number 55. Students, compare the Rigvedic society with our modern society and list any three similarities and three differences.